Do we have everybody?
We do not have all the yet. Everybody?
Okay.
All set.
Thank you, Barb. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call to order the October 4th, 2021 instructional work group meeting of the Madison Board of Education to order. Okay. There are no written registrants, and there are also no public appearances. So moving on to the approval of the minutes, I move to approve the minutes for the instruction work group meeting dated December 7th, 2020. Can I have a second?
Second, Nikki Vandermeer.
Thank you, Nikki. All for or opposed, or all for, please raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. So that is 6-0 because Ollie is not with us right now. Or is she there? Okay. I can't see you, so do you approve?
I'll say aye.
Okay, thank you. So 7-0. Okay, moving on to 5.1, the wellness check. Can I have the update?
We're going to have, at this time, Nurse Wendy and Dr. Esser do the wellness check.
Perfect. Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes,
Perfect.
yes,
So-
Wendy. Good.
Perfect. Thank you. So good evening, board members. Thank you for your time this evening. As you can see from the board memo we have prepared for you, our cumulative positive cases and our cumulative close contacts related to quarantines for this school year are 243 and 1,219 respectively. We monitor these cases weekly, and we do see a correlation between Dane County case increase and our school count case increase. So what is going on in our community is similar to what we are seeing in our schools. Aligning with our strategic framework, goal number 2, and ensuring our schools are a place where students, staff, and families thrive, we are leaning forward with all of our safety mitigation strategies to keep students and staff safe and in schools. Every case of a positive student or staff highlights so much work that the health office staff are doing within our schools. We do have positive cases in our schools. Every case of a student or staff being quarantined highlights a tremendous amount of work that health office staff are doing to make the safest environment for our students and staff. We have heard and fully recognize that the quarantine process is challenging for students and families. We have heard this feedback, and therefore you will find within this board memo, under our successful mitigation strategies, there is a link for an updated website intended to support schools and families on what will happen during quarantine. As we continue to listen to our health office staff and engage in system adjustments as we move throughout this school year, you'll see items that we've already put in place, including bus attendance and seating charts, contact tracing, and COVID closure checklists. This month's focus and intentionality will be on supporting our health office staff. Through listening sessions with health office staff, we have identified concrete action steps to identify various challenges. One example would be beginning the process improvement cycle for contact tracing, seeking strategies for efficiency. I will end there. Leah, anything you would like to add?
I'll just add that in the memo that Wendy and I shared, really
to our school health office staff, in addition to the strategy around finding time efficiencies and platform strategies to be more effective and efficient. As we said, you'll find a variety of other strategies that also address the workload our nurses and our health staff are facing, their wellness and their mental health, and overall processes that we can improve in our schools to support our nurses. So I just really want to point your eyes to that, because that's very important information, and their voice is very well represented in what you see on that paper.
Unfortunately, the link doesn't work currently.
Well, I apologize for that. We'll get that fixed. I'll work with Barb on how to fix that.
Thank you, Board Member Nikki, for letting us know.
Nikki, it didn't work for me. It just
Did it?
opened. Yeah.
See,
opened
it said I didn't have the Google account authorization.
I think you have to be logged in as a school board member.
Then it's my fault, and I apologize.
Oh, no worries.
Thank you for that update, Nurse Wendy, and thank you, Leah, as well. Any questions? Board Member Marilli?
Thank you so much, Board Chair. Now I'm trying to go back to the original memo, and at the bottom of the memo, it has a call out for employee wellness, and I guess the beginning language of what you all have been working on to support our staff. And that is something that I have been particularly hearing about how everyone is feeling in the building. So I'm curious of what are some of the things that you all are testing, or what are some of the things that are in the works in regards to that item?
I can take that. There has been an organically formed district wellness team that started prior to the pandemic, that has been a cross-functional group to include food services, student services, student and staff supports, human resources. That team has started meeting again just very recently, and is taking stock in terms of what they have been doing and what our work is moving forward. So that particular team that I am a part of is at its very initial sort of recalibration phase, with a real recognition that district-wide there are some needs around staff wellness. So from a systems perspective, that's how we're approaching it. But from a tangible what's happening in schools right now perspective, that's very site-based, with support from student and staff supports, with resources around mindfulness and wellness, for example. But overall, this is work that I see from just my chair as cross-functional work that's really important moving into this school year.
Yeah, thank you so much, Leah. I appreciate that work. And I'm wondering if that could be something for like maybe coming out with a survey or just maybe something informal that we can ask our staff what do they need. One of the things that I have talked to some of my colleagues is sometimes just like a check-in, right? Like just, maybe it's a circle to hear where folks are at, and just to be able to feel supported and to feel appreciated. I think as a board, we can't have that enough. The amount of appreciation to our building staff during this really precarious situation. Thank you.
Thank you, Board Member Marilli. Dr. Jenkins?
We can't hear you, Dr. Jenkins. At least I can't.
Hey, Barb, we can't hear
Sure.
in the room.
Oh, it went for a minute.
We could hear you when you unmuted yourself, but
Okay, we were speaking earlier, but you couldn't hear me. I'm
There's
gonna turn my
feedback.
mic off.
okay, we'll give a moment because we still can't hear you guys in the room. We're having some technical difficulties, so please bear with us. Okay, so we're actually going to take a recess for about 7 minutes or 5 minutes or 7 minutes to the most, just to give them time. Yep. So I have to get a second on going into recess. Nikki?
Second. Oh.
Okay, great. All those in favor? I can see the hands of everyone.